Hey guys, we hope everyone is doing fine out there. Big hug from me and Mike. We're back with another easy recipe, as you can see. Like always, very basic ingredients. Nothing too special, nothing too fancy. Stuff that you can find probably in your inventory or stuff that you can find easily in the grocery shops. And I say that, but the time that we're in, these crazy times, I'm not really sure. So I'm sorry if you won't be able to find any of the ingredients that I'll be sharing with you. But like I said, it shouldn't be a problem. They're really very, very basic. What we're making today is a Moroccan cake, which is super fluffy. It's really super fluffy and it's super delicious. And you do have it in many different variations. It's a Moroccan variation that I'll be sharing with you today. But this is a cake that's been, passed down generation to generation from North Africa all the way to Palestine and maybe above, Lebanon, Syria, all that. So, and everybody does it in their own way. So today I'm going to show you one of the variations that we have within the Moroccan cuisine itself. So to start, we need a clean bowl like this one of these whiskers. You can do it with a kitchen aid or kitchen machine, but I wouldn't recommend that for this recipe, because what the kitchen machine sometimes does is it beats all the air out of your batter, and that's not something that you always want for every cake recipe. So for this one, just use your hands. So what we need is 150 grams of oil, 150 grams of sugar, 2 scrambled eggs, 600 grams of, I think you guys call it custard. We call it flavour, but I think in English it's custard. About 10 grams of vanilla sugar, about 20 grams of baking powder. What else? You need, how do you call this? Coconut flakes. Is that how you call it? You need some coconut flakes. You need some flaked almonds. You need about 300 grams of semolina or durum wheat. If you can find, I stored it, but if you can find this brand, get this one. Yeah, so what is it? It's durum wheat. So yeah, if you can find this brand, get this one, because it's really, really good. And plus they're doing some really good stuff during these Corona times. They've donated so many, like tons, I don't know, about 7 tons or something of durum wheat to people so that it will be able to make bread and stuff. But that's not the only reason that I got this. It's just, it just happens to be a really good brand, especially for these kind of recipes. So 300 grams of that. What else? We need, I don't know the English word for abricots. Mike, wat is abricots in het Engels? Ik ben het even vergeten. Huh? Apricot? I know this shouldn't sound new to me, but it just sounds crazy. I think it's because me fasting and the crazy days we're in. Suddenly, I don't know, I'm getting blackouts. No, just kidding. So yeah, so apricot jam. We need that too. Let me see. I didn't forget anything. No, I think this is it, you guys. Let me just do one check. So you know what? I'm gonna put the ingredients list in the description box below, guys, so that I know for sure that I'm giving you the correct information. Because like now, I just added another egg. Because I forgot that it wasn't 2 eggs, but 3 eggs. So first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the sugar. We're gonna add the oil. And then we're gonna mix this really, really good with a whisker before we continue to the next step. Guys, I had to stop because I forgot something. At this point, your oven should be being preheated on 180 degrees, okay? So just make sure that the oven is being preheated already, 180 degrees. So once you have finished mixing the oil and the sugar, add the eggs. And then mix that as well in there. Really good. Guys, you know what? You know what? After you mix the oil, the sugar, and the eggs, don't forget to add some lemon zest. I just love lemon zest in cakes. We have to add this. Add it in there. Like a lot. Like just scrap a whole lemon. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. And then mix the whole thing again. So, something like this. Something like this. Guys, the lemon smell, the fresh lemon smell just fills up the kitchen, the air here. It's just delicious. So next we're going to add the vanilla sugar, between 8 grams and 10 grams. And then the baking powder, between 16 grams and 20 grams. So if you're in Holland, you know that we have these little bags of 16 grams. So do that, plus a little quarter of a second one. To get to 20 grams, more or less. So first vanilla sugar and then the baking powder, and then start mixing again. Jiggle, 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 wiggle. So next we're gonna add the vla in Dutch. You guys call it custard in English. Add it in there like this. You know, the best thing about this recipe, and I need to take a moment, you guys, because this is important step in this recipe. Best thing about this recipe is that you can, do the same recipe and get a different cake with a different flavor each and every time you make it. The only thing that you have to, how do you say that? To change is the flavor of your custard. That's, easy as that. If you want to make some sort of a brownie, get a chocolate custard. If you want something like, I don't know, a strawberry cake, or just this will determine what kind of cake you end up with, the flavor of the cake. So isn't that awesome, you guys? It's the only thing that you have to change in this recipe. Do the whole thing, just keep everything else the same. Just change your custard flavor depending on what kind of flavor you want, and you'll get a different cake every time. So I'm gonna scrap this and then start mixing the whole thing here. Guys, another important step that you should do right now is that before you start adding the durum wheat, you should grease your oven dish. Because when we start adding the durum wheat in there and we start mixing it, you should not keep it too long before you pour it in your oven dish, because otherwise it's going to start, to absorb the moist, and we don't want that. We just want the batter to be really, really moist. As soon as you finish mixing it, pour it in here. So while you're mixing the custard, don't add the semolina yet. Just grease your oven dish first. Just have it at the ready, and then go ahead and mix in the durum wheat also. All right, so this is what we have so far. So far we have in there the oil, the sugar, the eggs, the custard. No, let me just give you the right order. So we have the oil, the sugar, the eggs, vanilla sugar, baking powder, custard, and some lemon zest. And now we're going to start adding gradually the durum wheat. When you start adding the durum wheat, you have to keep mixing, because you want a nice smooth batter. It doesn't have to be as fluid as this one, because I haven't added any in there yet, but just make sure that you don't end up with lumps. Okay, so mix it really well. I'm gonna have to put down the iPhone, you guys. I can't do this with one hand. All right, so there it is. Look, this is how it should be, because we want to end up with a super, extremely super moist cake, fluffy and moist. So, all right, so at this point, like I said, don't wait too long and just pour it into your oven dish that you greased, and the oven is preheated. Okay, 180 degrees. Put it in there for 70, no, for 47 minutes, not 1 minute longer. Okay, take it out. All right, so there it is. I just poured it in. See, didn't reach all the corners, so you have to shake it a little bit. Shake it gently like this. Make it spread itself evenly over the bottom of this dish, and then into the oven. Don't wait too long, honestly. All right, guys, so clean your kitchen counter. Do a little bit of cleanup and just leave the flaked almonds, the coconut flakes, and your apricot jam. These three ingredients that we're gonna be needing. That's it. The rest, be gone. All right, so there's our little oven. This is not dirty, guys. It's just things that, burn into the glass. But as you can see, the cake has tripled in size. So that's a good sign. It means we're on the right way. You're on the right path, Badman. Huh?
So you have 3 times more cake.
So you have 3 times more cake, yeah. If you were to cut them like in layers, you have 3 cakes. Yes, that's what Mike is saying. So yes, there you have it, 3 cakes in one. So there it is. I haven't opened the oven. I just shoved it in there, and then 47 minutes. Or if you want it to be, if you want to be on the safe side, just keep it 45 minutes. Okay, because I've tried this before. So anyway, so keep it between 45 and 47 max. Really, don't go not 1 single minute longer. So there it is. I'm gonna look. It's already coming off the edges, so it's not sticking because we buttered up this dish. See, it's perfect, and it smells so good, you guys. I wish I could share that citrus smell and everything in that we worked with so far. So yeah. I'm gonna let it cool off a little bit, but not too much, because we are going to apply the apricot jam on it, and it helps if it's still warm because it makes the jam melt better. So let's do that. Let's see how far we can go with this. As soon as you see that the surface of the cake is coming off, stop. You know that it's still too hot to do anything with it. If you manage to apply the apricot jam on the surface and nothing happens, then just continue and just apply it on the whole surface. So there it is. And yes, guys, this is going to be a little bit sweet, but not really like in an annoying sweet manner. But yeah, it's going to be a sweet cake. This is not for you out there who are diabetic or who still are trying to maintain their beauty. I mean, don't follow my example. I'm old and ugly, and I already have Mike. Mike's stuck with me. He can't go anywhere. He better not. I hold him hostage. But no, seriously, guys. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit sweet cake. So this is, for the gym bunnies out there, and this is probably not something you're going to make. This is for the people that love to enjoy life. This is what this cake is for. And it's delicious, and we love it. So now I'm gonna spread a little bit of the coconut flakes all over this, and the flaked almonds. I just rescued this from the attic for Mike. He needs to get back into his Amiga phase, along with this adapter. But this is our cake, you guys. Look at this. Isn't it perfect? Perfect. And let me cut it up so that you can see how fluffy it is inside. Because sometimes the outside can be deceiving, just like with humans. We need to know what's inside. But it does smell delicious. Guys, at this point, best thing you could do is just first cut it like this, and then let it cool off, like really, really cool off, because this is a very moist cake. So if you're going to try to take out a piece right now as it's still warm, it's gonna fall a little bit apart. So give it some time to cool off and to kind of solidify just a little bit, if you know what I mean, so that it won't be as, how do you say that? As, falling apart as it is now, since it's still too warm. So let it cool off. Give it like 20 minutes, maybe 20, 30 minutes, let it cool off, and then take a piece out, which I will be doing and sharing with you. All right, there it is, guys. I just took a piece out so that you guys can see the inside. Look. See, spongy and bouncy. It's really delicious. I'm not even kidding you guys. I'm not, honestly. I only share with you things that really are guaranteed to succeed, because I know the amount of work and ingredients and shopping and the whole thing, energy we do in these kind of recipes. So I would never share with you something that, just for the show. Just because you can't touch it or taste it, I'll trick you into this. So trust me, try this. You're gonna love it. You're gonna be crazy about this. This is gonna be your next favorite cake from now on. It's delicious. And if you do, please let us know how yours came out. And maybe you have some improvements that we can benefit from. All right, from me and Mike, big hug. We love you guys. Please stay safe in these crazy times. But like with everything, even bad times go by. So just hold on, and happy days are coming. All right, see you soon, guys. Bye-bye.